Brought to you by...
Good friends are hard to find. They can be even harder to obtain when you live a life in the shadows. Then sometimes you find yourselves in situations when the life you lead will cost you to sever the only friendly ties that you still hold, leaving you to wander this life alone and utterly haunted by your actions. Hello friends, and welcome back for another ETF short film review. This one is a long time coming. Sometimes I set out to do reviews on this channel and they end up getting buried under the workload. There are so many movies out there, so many short films that I want to cover, that I want to talk about at length, but sometimes they just get lost in the shuffle. They never get released, or sometimes never even recorded. This is one that has sat on the shelf for quite some time. It comes from Gabrielle Rosen. This was prior to her becoming Gabrielle Salvi. Salvation is a 1950s period piece about friendship, betrayal, and revenge. This film is presented in a true gritty noir style that fades us up from black and white into an oversaturated color palette right in its slow opening zoom. We are introduced to this world in a tiny ramshackle apartment, the kind of place that only the lowlives of this world could call home. Tucked somewhere on the sleazy side of town, alongside a man with a job to do, but who would much rather spend time with raven-haired dames and a carton of cigarettes. None of this is explicitly told to us in these opening moments, but it is all implied through action and tone. We quickly learn that all these elements are distractions from the task at hand. Our protagonist has been tasked with punching a ticket that he has no interest in claiming, immediately making our character a haunted and intriguing one to follow. The film utilizes period-appropriate vehicles and wardrobe to set us into the time in which the film is meant to take place. The music of this one at first fully embraces the atmosphere of the period, but a healthy mix of alternative music is mixed in to add a more modern flair to things. Chris Salvi and Justin Thibault come together once again here to create a pair of performances that are worthy of recognition. The way these two play off of one another is nothing short of masterful. Each time I see them come together on screen, I am excited, as I know that I'm going to be entranced within the emotional turmoil of characters with depth and range that yearn for further exploration. The camera work in this film is among the most beautiful that I have ever seen in short films, showcasing the gorgeous serenity of the locations that the film immerses itself in. The story itself is a dark look at the end of a friendship that emphasizes the nature of the crime world in that time, when the mob ran the streets and there was no escape from their grasp once you found yourself entangled with them. You would be faced head-on with choices and tasks that hold repercussions that would weigh heavily on you, and each of these actions you take would face you toward a future that there would be no turning back from. Personally, I found this one to be a highly stylized and beautiful look at a very dark moment in the lives of two men, both existing at the end of their ropes in some ways. If you like period crime stories, then this will definitely be for you. I have to give Salvation an A+. Gabrielle Salvi is definitely a local filmmaker who is paving her way toward a bright future in filmmaking. I, for one, want to see her and the talents on display here receive the recognition they deserve, and for each of them to shine in the feature film world. So if you have some time and want to help them reach that ultimate goal, I urge you to check this one out. I've linked it down below. Well, friends, that's going to bring this discussion to an end. If you enjoyed this video, please consider checking out more from ETF over on the main channel. If you want to give this channel a little more support, please consider subscribing over on Patreon. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.